All right, what is up, Fin fam? It's your boy Cat in the Hat in the house, and we got a whole lot to talk about today because the Miami Dolphins are overlooked by almost all the analysts and even a big portion of its own fan base. They make arguments about dead salary cap, 40 plus 1 year deals, rebuilds, blah, 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 blah. Well, the Miami Dolphins are in a prime position to make history. You tell me, Cat, the Dolphins don't even have any big names.
We all play football at a high level where we want to be in the NFL. Every team has good players. It's just putting them in position to be successful. And all the guys that have big names at one point didn't have a big name, and I think that's how it goes. You just got to prove it, and that's where we're at right now.
The big names are not important. The only names that matter right now, there's only one name that matters right now.
In all due respect to the report card, I want to win. So they can grade me whatever they want. I want to win, and I want to do it the right way. That's the report card, right? So how we do it, how we build the foundation, how hard we play, how physical we play, how we grow throughout the way, how we develop these players, finding small victories and little things, like those are the report cards, right? And there's going to be some hard conversations with some guys that, we're not going to be able to keep everybody. There's going to be some guys that beat some people out, and I'm going to be honest with them, and not everybody's going to like what I say, and I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. I'm going to tell them the truth, and there's going to be some people that might not grade me high because of that's just, I don't care. I want to do it the right way and build this thing the right way so we can win. And that's what I care about.
That's right, Jeff Hafley. It's really the only name that matters right now. Because at the end of the day, all these players, the 60% of roster turnover, 60% of that could be gone next year. 43 of these 1 year deals, they're all working for contracts for next year. They could not be here. The one name that really matters is Jeff Hafley and the way that he coaches these players. Because you heard him. He wants to win. He wants to win. And I think that we're already seeing signs of a successful culture being implemented into this team. I can see signs of an identity being implemented into this team. And we see it all over. From players, the way that they're talking, the things that they say in some of these pressers, how they're talking about specific things that Jeff Hafley is doing to help with the coaching. Holding players accountable. All of these players. He's holding every single one of them accountable, including Malik Willis. He wants to win, and he wants to do it the right way by building it from the foundation up. And that's why Jeff Hafley is the key to the Miami Dolphins' success this year. I do have some clips, some bullet points from some players accentuating these points, but I don't know if the volume's going to work. Once we get to it, y'all let me know if y'all can hear the volume. If not, we'll just have to go through the actual videos on the YouTube platform. But there's multiple players that have admitted that they're behind and they need the extra rep. They need the extra time. They need the extra work. So that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing in the off season. They've been grinding, putting in that work, putting in that time, getting to know each other, building the chemistry, building the bond. And it starts with Jeff Hafley and the coaching and the expectations that he set for this team moving forward. Accountability. We saw it when he talked about how he'll play videos, he'll play the film at the beginning of practice. He'll point out the bad things in the film, call the players out. We saw Ollie Gordon in one of his pressers talking about it. He was asked about it, how he feels about it. He said that he doesn't want to be one of those guys that gets called out. We're constantly seeing competition being talked about in the locker room. Competition. And competition breeds excellence, right? So let's go back and let's look back at the days when Jeff Hafley was coaching Richard Sherman over there in Seattle. You can go back and look at that interview that he had with Richard Sherman. He was talking about how Jeff Hafley used to get those guys to compete because when they are competing with each other, it breeds excellence. It breeds results. In a way, it almost breeds perfection. But nobody can be perfect. Nobody can be perfect, but I think like Aaron Brewer said in his presser, we can strive for perfection. That can be our goal, is perfection. All of these players, you hear them talking about having that winning mindset. You ask them about a rebuild, they tell you they ain't got time for a rebuild. They saying this ain't no rebuild. We don't need no big names. So they say. We don't need no big names. I think this Discord over here froze. I think this Discord over here froze. We'll find out. Alright, y'all tell me if y'all can hear this. We're gonna find these clips. Caden Proctor had a presser the other day, and this guy, man, with a lot of his answers, he does not seem like a rookie. This plays into how this team is being built. This team is being built fast, physical, smart, competitive, hungry players. And smart is going to be key. Smart is going to be key because that determines how well that you're going to learn, how well you can be coached. The things, noticing the little things, having that football knowledge, and just the ability to be able to be coached. So let me see if y'all can hear this real quick. Yeah, and of course it's not playing no damn volume. What the hell? Why isn't it playing no volume? Alright, so we're gonna have to do it like this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Feel free to jump up here, whoever wants to jump up here and talk about it. I gotta be able to play the, damn, I can't do it like that. I gotta be able to play some of these clips in order for a lot of this to make sense and fall into place. Oh, why is it doing that? Bang, bang, bang. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. I had everything set up, and then I didn't even check. I didn't even think about checking the volume of the videos, and for some reason they weren't wanting to play, which I don't understand. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Alright, let's do it from here, see if it works. Well, I apologize, guys, while I get these technical difficulties worked out. In the meantime, y'all can definitely check out that Discord link if you haven't joined our Discord already. Check it out. It's a great place to be. Helps you get up here with us. It also helps you get access to our community, 24/7 access to the community. All right, so we got to open this up. Let's open that back up. Let's try it now. Share. Let's see if it gives us some volume now. This isn't how I wanted to do it, but it may be how I have to do it. And it's still not giving no volume. What the hell, man? What is going on? Alright, this ain't making no sense. This ain't making no sense. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna have to roll with it. We're just gonna have to roll with it. We're just gonna have to roll with it anyways. So basically, Caden Proctor was asked a whole lot of questions. A lot of them pertaining how he's transitioning into the NFL. One of the things that he was talking about, he had mentioned that they play faster, they play physical, but it's not so much faster than college. So that's showing that the NFL's not too fast for him. He acknowledges that it's faster, but it's not too fast. He also had mentioned that something that Zach Sealer does with his arms. So there's moments where he's self-identifying problems, and so that's the start of knowing how to fix it, right? Is that coming from coaching, or is that just like him himself? I think it has a little bit to do with coaching, because we're seeing it across the board, right? Malik Willis has talked about moments about how he sat down with Jeff Hafley, and Jeff Hafley has kind of helped him go through and understand what he's seeing from the quarterback's perspective as compared to what you might see from the cornerback or the safety perspective, like the defensive back side of the ball. So it's helped Malik Willis get better at his game. But I think the most important thing of all is the accountability, right? The accountability is the most important, because it's next man up mentality. We have all of these guys fighting for a contract for next year, whether it's on our team or whether it's on another team, right? So they're all fighting for that next contract. So that's that next man up mentality, which holds people accountable. It creates competition. It breeds excellence. It breeds champions. So the way that this team was put together with a bunch of smart players that acknowledge the game of football and can absorb what these coaches are teaching them doesn't necessarily put them behind. Yes, 43 one-year deals, so much dead salary cap, a whole complete roster rebuild. That doesn't mean you can't still come out and be competitive and win some games you shouldn't win. Because, I mean, we're a couple days into training camp. We've gone through OTAs. We've gone through the whole off season. And as far as I can say, the Miami Dolphins are staying out of the drama. We ain't in the limelight. We ain't out there in the limelight. We don't have a whole bunch of news headlines. The only thing that people are saying about us is that we're going to be the number 1 pick next year. Go ahead, sleep on the Miami Dolphins if you want to. Go ahead and sleep on the Miami Dolphins if you want to, just because we ain't got no big names. Because we ain't got no big names.
We all play football at a high level, or we wouldn't be in the NFL. Every team has good players. It's just putting them in position to be successful. And all the guys that have big names at one point didn't have a big name, and I think that's how it goes. You just got to prove it, and that's where we're at right now.
In all due respect to the report card, I want to win. So they can grade me whatever they want. I want to win. And I want to do it the right way. That's the report card, right? So how we do it, how we build the foundation, how hard we play, how physical we play, how we grow throughout the way, how we develop these players, finding small victories and little things, like those are the report cards, right? And there's going to be some hard conversations with some guys that, we're not going to be able to keep everybody. There's going to be some guys that beat some people out, and I'm going to be honest with them, and not everybody's going to like what I say, and I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. I'm going to tell them the truth, and there's going to be some people that might not grade me high because of that's just I don't care. I want to do it the right way and build this thing the right way so we can win, and that's what I care about.
Yeah, I'll just have to share. I'll share them all in the Discord later, so we can go through the Discord and you can check them out if you want. But what's up, Joe? How you doing today?
Good, man. Getting things done around the house. Cleaning out an office that I haven't really given a good cleaning for years, like 4 or 5 years.
Gotta love those days. What's up, Waffles in the house? How you doing today?
What's up, Waffles? You go for some waffles right now.
So, I mean, where I've gotten so far, I was just talking about with the next man up mindset and how it breeds into accountability. I think the biggest key factor with Jeff Hafley coming in here and taking this team to the next step is the accountability part, And then it's next man up. We got all these players on 1-year deals that are coming out here, and they're either going to make a name for themselves and earn their next contract, or it's going to be the next man up. And that's the whole mentality. And that breeds competition. And competition breeds excellence. And excellence breeds championships, right? We just heard Jeff Hafley talking about he doesn't care about the report card. He doesn't care what these players think about him. At the end of the day, he wants to win. He wants to build this team to win, and he wants to do it the right way. And that's where the winning mindset comes in. And we've seen it all throughout the locker room. We've heard multiple players talking about having that same winning mindset. You ask them about a rebuild, what have they responded whenever they get asked about a rebuild, Joe?
Well, they give the generic, this we believe we can win kind of thing, or like we love the underdog mentality.
And we've all seen that before, right? We've all heard and seen that before. It seems like the same song and dance that we've seen years and years.
As Dolphin fans,
but I think one of the key interviews that we got to key back to when we're thinking about this concept right here with the winning mindset throughout the whole locker room, let's go back to that Greg Dulcich interview with Travis Wingfield, where he had mentioned that the whole team knows that they're behind when it comes to the rest of the league, and that they have been doing what they needed to be doing in the off time, on their own time, through their own power to improve their game and take that extra step forward. And we've seen it, right? Malik Willis had his little camp earlier this month or earlier last month. We've heard about 20 or some odd players coming in and staying later after practice. Dante Trader Jr. was he was on his presser the other day talking about him and Jordan Brooks have basically lived with each other the whole offseason and how they're like creating competition between each other and stuff like that. So it's like, it's not just talk. We're actually seeing it happen. And granted, it's not on the field yet, right? But like it starts before it gets on the field. I'll give you a perfect example, right? Let's look at Tua Tagovailoa, who's already dealing with back issues. I wonder why he's dealing with back issues. Because he's going out and he's hanging out on his yacht in the off season, going lobster hunting, and he's not out there on the field putting in that work. So now it's like, oh, it comes down to actually having to get out there on the field. I have to move my muscles around. Oh man, now my back hurts the next day. Because I was working hard in that first day of training camp and I wasn't prepared for it because I haven't been doing this all off season. It makes a difference.
Well, do you think? I think you've talked about this before, as far as like the guys that are veterans versus the rookies. I think the rookies tend to have to kind of earn their playing time, right? Or like they're kind of slowly dripped in. So I think a lot of these 1 year guys are going to get their shot to play. And then, you mentioned the name Dante Trader Jr. He's the one I'm kind of most excited to watch this offseason because I really feel like we're a mystery at the safety room. And if he emerges as a guy that can be counted on, that's huge. Safety, you might remember me calling out, was the way that Halfley plans to call the
Yep.
defense through.
And
So solving that position is going to
and
be
I'm with
very
you on that.
important.
I feel like safety is going to be that, but it may not be this year, right? Like we gotta think about it, and like we're not through training camp, so safety there's still an opportunity for Trader Jr. and Zane Anderson, I believe, to take that step forward and become that guy for Jeff Halfley. I think Zane Anderson has the upper hand. We've already heard Jeff Halfley talking about Zane Anderson,
Well, yeah, I mean they brought him in from his previous place, so that alone is
and
a
up
it's kind of like competing against the guy that already like to get a job, competing against the guy that already works there. He's
like
just
Quinn
going for the
Ewers and Malik
promotion.
Willis right now kind of situation. It's like you can win the job, you can, but you got to really win the job. You're not going to be able to just barely get by and do what you need to do. You're going to have to go out there and ball out. And I think that's. Go ahead.
I'll say another. I was just gonna say another player that's kind of in a interesting position this offseason on defense is
Jordan
Phillips
Phillips.
because after Grant and Sealer kind of on those inside defensive line, there's not really anything. You got Phillips there. And Halfley has said that he likes Jordan Phillips. They had targeted him in Green Bay. So if he has a pretty good year, I think he's going to be kept around. In fact, if we end up moving on from Sealer eventually, because he's part of the old regime and aging and whatnot, I think Phillips could kind of have a starting role
Let's
here.
talk about Sealer for a minute, right? Let's talk about it because you're right. He's aging and he wouldn't fit that. He would be going into his second contract and he wouldn't fit that mold that Sully stands by, right? Like you got to be on the opposite side of 30 going into your second contract. Is one of the things that he said when he first came in here. And definitely Sealer would not fit
Right.
that. But like Sealer to me seems like the type of guy that he seems grateful that the Miami Dolphins gave him the opportunity and that he's been able to actually make a career now with the Miami Dolphins. And he seems to me like he'd be the type of guy that would take a friendly home team deal in order to stay and probably finish out his career in Miami. With that being said, would you be okay with that? Would you be on board with that, and why? What's up, Waffles?
Yeah, I would be on board because we've been missing those guys. Like we haven't had a guy that sticks around for a long, long time in a while. Like we did with Cameron Wake, kind of with Wake, like we used to do with some of our defensive players. There hasn't been one of those guys for a while. Um, so it'd be nice to keep someone multiple contracts long.
You know another.
I don't think he'll retire. Dolphins great, but he'll be a
Yeah, I
memorable
mean,
player that we all
and
talk.
it depends on how you define great, right? So let's take an example. Let's say that he trains the next players that become great for Dolphins. You know what I mean? And then like he'll be great in a different way. You know what I mean? He was the teacher that paved the way for greatness.
Yeah, I could also see him going to play for Flo though. If Flo gets a coaching job somewhere, I could easily see him going and
Not
reuniting with
bad,
Flo.
not bad. What's up, Waffles? What you got? What you got going on today? No volume. Oh, there you
Speaking of greatness, uh, I got volume. I just
go.
hadn't talked yet. Speaking of greatness, Spider-Man's A Brand New Day comes out in theaters this weekend, and so you should take the time to go and see it. I'm actually going to be going in about 10 minutes to catch a viewing myself, so I'll have a lot more information on it after the video,
Oh, nice.
obviously.
They made another
Yeah, I
Spider-Man.
can't wait for it too. It's got the Hulk in it.
Yes, the Tom Holland Spider-Man's coming back for his I believe, third
It's got the
installation.
Hulk in it, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to go
Oh,
see it.
one of the previous Spider-Mans.
Yeah, Tom Holland's coming out with his final Spider-Man movie, I believe. And it's supposed to be packed with new things, so we'll see.
Oh,
The trailers have been pretty awesome, so we're gonna go check it out here in
nice.
a couple
Have fun
minutes.
with that.
I've only seen the Tobey Maguire one.
Those ones were good too. I like those.
I'm still on the House of Dragons, so I don't switch. I don't switch movies or series while I'm watching one. That's
Yeah, you
just
don't
me.
want to
Makes sense.
get things mixed up and confused. That's what I do. I mix.
It's all
mix
one
it
big
all up.
universe.
But no, I'm excited for that Spider-Man. I've been waiting for another Hulk appearance, and a real Hulk appearance too, not the bogus ones we've been getting.
That's why I said you gotta go see it. He's supposed to be in it.
Just not tonight. What's up, Mr. Puck?
But all right, boys,
But,
I'm gonna let you guys get back to your
enjoy it.
football talk, and I will
Enjoy
holler
it,
at you on
bro.
the next one.
All right,
Be safe,
thing,
guys.
man. All right, Waffles. But to answer your question, Kat, uh, Zach Sealer. I see Zach. I can see Zach not taking a pay cut because he deserves kind of, but he would be someone who can. Well, also Austin Jackson and also Paul, also Brooks. So if we were to lose Siler, you're not losing the team leader, who you're gonna run to in week 18, cold weather game halftime. Like we're not losing anyone real big if you're losing one of the oldest leaders.
Well, I
That's all
think
you're losing. And you
yeah, no,
go
I
ahead.
just think with Sealer, the way that his mindset is and the type of guy that he is, he like completely fits like the type of guy to raise up the next generation because his mindset, like he's an underdog himself. He was saying it in that in his presser, and like his whole journey he's been like an underdog. So he's fought through
Mhm.
adversity. He's overcame like some of the impossible. Hell, he was a Burger King. He was working at Burger King before he was playing football. You know what I mean? So like he's gone through a
Right,
lot. So like that's the type of
right.
guy that can come. I just feel like that's the type of guy that you want training and raising up the next generation. But you're right. He does deserve
But
a
let's be
bank. He
clear,
does
Kat.
deserve it.
A lot of people, yeah, yeah, a lot of people are coming around naturally, not because of me, It's not because my intuition is better than anybody's, but a lot of people are coming around now, seeing um, the uh, especially uh, the radius of the wide receivers. It's a fresh thing. It's a fresh new breeze that's blowing, knowing that the radius of our wide receivers is so much wider, and so they basically can moss people as we've been seeing in practice. That's just one thing. You're already physical. You brought in the guy who plays Norwegian football, I guess. He's 6'9", 270, and I guess we brought him in just to be an extra block. He's been showing up. Then you have Cat Marek at 6 foot, 6 foot 6, 6 foot 7, 260 or 270. So, like I said, and now most of the fans are coming around and seeing, hey, this is going to be physical running football team. Um,
Yeah,
the defense, I think, is ahead because the, when it comes down to listen, I don't want to give up anything, Kat. This is important what I'm going to say, and this is going to spring for long term conversation later. Them leaking that Zeke Biggers is going to play N only does one thing for me in my film because I have all 22. It takes me back to Flores when he used the bigger ends to get the left tackle or the right tackle so the safety can come around for the stack and the standing amoeba. What does this mean? Zeke Biggers is going to basically clog the left tackle or whatever left end or tight end edge they have for offensive blocking. And once Zeke takes up that space, then you're going to have Trader come around. You're going to have either Taffy come around or Lewis come around for the sack. Because with a guy like Zeke Biggers, the edge is all automatically set. But what you have is you have a space taken so you could make it difficult on the quarterback very fast, or they'll have to throw it away, which Eric Rowe displayed many, many, many. So if that, yeah, so Hafley kind of leaked the way he wants to play. He wants to play big, and he wants to have the safeties get to the quarterback, or at least make them be very uncomfortable. And all that does is tells me that okay, we don't have the traditional Jason Taylor, Trace Armstrong. But what we do have is Chop is going to be on one side, going to have the off balance wide 9, 5-2, 4-2-4, or 3-4, and we're going to be able to bring a safety down and have that other threat on the other side. Now, if I'm giving up too much of Halfley's defense, they still got to block it, Cap.
yeah, no, and Dante Trader actually, he went kind of deep into detail on what this defense is going to look like too. And I had the clip, but for some reason, like I said, it's not playing audio. So like I said, I'll share all those clips into the Discord, and y'all can go and check them out at another time. What's up, Mr. Paul? How you doing today?
How's it going, Kat? How's it
Hey,
going,
Mr. Pelk.
Sharif and Joe? How's
Pretty
everybody doing?
good.
Oh,
You
Hey,
got
good
anything
day,
you want to say
Joe.
before I get into my next
hey,
spiel?
Sharif.
No, I like what you guys were saying before, and you probably heard me on other platforms. Basically, repeat myself because in some of these
Yep.
platforms you gotta do that, especially with Pete. But anyway,
Repetition,
um,
man.
I like the direction the defense is going. Yeah, exactly, and the thing that Sharif just touched on that I just recently saw a clip of was that um now they're gonna involve Zeke Biggers into the defense some kind of way because at first everybody's looking at okay we got Sealer, we got Grant, we got Jordan Phillips, um who else left, yeah, I'm leaving out, and I really wasn't thinking that they were gonna bring in Zeke Big, but it makes sense though. And then I like what Sharif was saying about by doing so, you can use Lewis, the safety that we picked up, because if I'm not mistaken, I think I did look at a little framework on Lewis. That's the guy that you can use in a play like that where he could come in and go after the quarterback or running back uh, who's in the backfield. Yeah, but go ahead with what
Well, I
you're doing.
think that's a good place that we can go to next when we look at how this team was built and how this team is going to get coached, right? And we don't have a lot of pieces to work with. Depth is probably one of the big things people like to look at when grading a team. Well, when you build a versatile team, a team of a bunch of versatile players, that extends your depth by a lot, right? And especially if you're playing with the next man up mentality. So it's like we brought in some guys that play corner, play safety, guys that play linebacker, play safety. We brought guys in that play multiple positions on the lines. So it helps with the depth situation. And with the next man up mentality, always breeding in competition, competition, competition. I can't express it enough. Competition breeds excellence, and excellence breeds championships. Jeff Hafley wants to win. He wants to do it the right way. I think one of the things that Jeff Hafley's been doing that we can see evidence of as far as improving this team, he brought in when he came in, he switched up the strength and conditioning staff. All right. He also implemented longer warm ups, like longer stretching times before practices. Now, if you look around the league, how many teams right now are dealing with injuries already? We just saw 4 players hit the injured reserve today. Cyrus Allen, rookie wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chris Brazzell hit the IR officially today from the Panthers. There's a couple other players. I saw somebody from Buffalo go down today, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So like we're seeing teams all around us dealing with injuries right now, and the only injuries we're dealing with are players that were already injury prone, right? Storm Duck and Daryl Baker Jr. And then we have Chris Bell, who's actually, from what we've got reported to us, he's actually ahead of schedule as far as coming back. Now, we're in a position we don't need to rush him in. We don't need to. So we can just let him recover at his own pace, because I feel like we have other people that we need to work on. What are y'all's thoughts on the health and that? Is it a sign of the way that this team has been put together? Like, what do you think it is?
Well, I think we're gonna have to definitely rely on Coleman and Tutu. And I think Tutu, and I thought this would have played out. I'm sorry, Tutu. I thought this would play out just the way it will, and I don't think nothing Tutu can do about it, Cat and Paul Joe, because he's already shown in his first outing that, oh boy, he made Willis look bad,
Yep.
and whatnot. But who's right behind you? Who? And Proctor said it yesterday in the press conference. You think I'm worried about this one or that one? Sealer did a move on me where he sucked me inside, and I know guys are. So when you see Tutu make so much of a mistake on the first practice, and Coleman is right there, the All-American, I'm telling you right now, before Bell gets healthy, you're gonna hear a lot about Coleman. You're gonna know him. You're gonna know who this kid is. Kickoff return, punt return, and definitely a slasher when it comes
Yeah,
to a slot.
but
He's a slasher.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
um, that's my thing on Bell getting healthy. We don't have to worry because we got a guy who's already, and Tutu can change
well,
this, but
Tutu
I
gotta
think it's too
change it
late.
because he ain't looking good right now, and in my opinion, he's probably gonna lose his starting roster spot if he keeps dropping passes and deflecting them into turning them into interceptions.
yeah. That Kevin Coleman Jr. that you talking about, Sharif. I did watch film on him and highlights on him.
Yes,
Man, that guy is something else, man. I'm gonna say this, and I may get uh scolded for saying, but I don't care. When it came down to selecting our wide receivers, I had already, for me, I ranked Chris Bell, even though he's coming back from an injury, and definitely Kevin Coleman Jr. I actually ranked them above Caleb Douglas, and I'm not putting out Caleb Douglas because right now we still trying to see what's going to happen with him if he's going to make that turn, that jump to the NFL. But when I look at all three wide receivers that we got out the draft, Kevin Coleman is really the shining star in my eyes. And when I
Yes,
look at
yes,
the
and
highlights in this man, I mean, you talking about, and
man,
this
I know
besides
what you mean, Paul.
a slot receiver returning kicks, punt, and then the thing that really intrigued me the most about him, Sharif and Cat, is coming like I said, I gotta get familiar with players. He can line up as a receiver, and then instead of going down the field, he comes around, gets the ball from your quarterback, and he's heading up the field. And I mean, he looks very impressive with that, whatever. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited about him. He's one of the shining stars of this team that I'm
So
excited
you're
about.
saying he'll be used in that play
Hmm.
action.
And one of the
I mean, my thing is, I hope they do. I mean, because if you when I again when it come down to McDaniels, I'm not putting them down, but you got to utilize these players for the skill sets that they have, especially coming coming from college, jumping up to the NFL, because if they're comfortable, if you if you put them in a different position, because they're going to go to a different position if you ask them to, because they want to play in the NFL. But if you put them in their position, that so-called natural positions, that to me seem like they have a better chance to make the jump to the NFL. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but to me they have a better chance of making that NFL jump. And if Kevin Coleman do it, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm sorry, that guy he is very intriguing to me.
what I would say, Mr. Paul, is that, and I have to make this analogy. Um, I love Eric Spoelstra. The reason why I love Eric Spoelstra is because he has a development department from the tape room, video room, which brings players to their knees, footwork, first step, why they would travel, pivots. And so that video room goes to the players who are undrafted, like the Duncans of the world, Martins, Strausses. I could go on and on and on. And so that's a department that takes care of player development and enhancement. And what we have here and what John Eric Sullivan, his father alone is going to take Caleb Douglas, is going to take the rest of Coleman, because I believe Coleman is peaking now. That's just my opinion. I just think Coleman is peaking. Some other guys are going to peak later and be developed. But I can tell you, John Eric Sullivan and his father,
Hmm.
that's the department comparable to Eric Spoelstra,
Hmm.
where they develop nobodies and you get Duncan Robinson,
Right.
who is just a 3-point shooter. Now is a 3 and D and that's a complete game now. So to me, I appreciate the development part of okay, you had Caleb Douglas, okay, you have Coleman, is that's gonna take these players and tell them, hey, this is the next step. Your next, you're 6'3". This is what you think you can do in this bar. Add these things to your resume, you know, and this is why I am okay. Before we play the game, Cat Pulp Joe, I'm okay with, before we even have done a scrimmage. I'm okay with what we. I can go in war with that.
Right. Well, right now, the difference between me and when I say Pete, I'm not putting Pete down. The difference between me and Pete is that I'm happy with the what I'm seeing, the direction that we're going with all these players and the talent. Um, when I when we right after we did the draft, I had jumped on this Phins show, and I was upset because I didn't like the wide receiver room that we drafted and what have you, and a couple other players that we picked up. But then as time went, I looked at some of the highlights of some of these players, and then as time went on, I started seeing a pattern of with what Halfley is doing, and I said, you know what? He's going in a different direction, and he's letting you know what he's going to do, and he's actually doing it, and what have you. And as far as selecting players go, he's not looking for that shiny diamond. He's looking for players that he feels will fit this team on both sides of the ball. And so he
Yep.
feels that he can get these players, have them in for aggressive attitude, also discipline, uh, um, um, development, and I'm trying to figure out
Continuity. Because
right.
when you see the guys, right, when they go from play to play, because let's make no mistake, they try to get in as much plays as they can. So when you see the next plays being run, it's next play and guys are sprinting to set up on offensive
Mhm.
line.
Yeah,
So that's a big change in what we have. Plus you got
like,
two a days, one physical and one meeting.
hmm
And on top of that, right? What are the players saying, Paul, Joe? They're
so,
saying that if I could
mhm,
get the guy on the side of me to trust me and don't make a mistake, I won't do push-ups, I won't have to run laps, and I
hmm
get trusted on the side of the
A
guy next to me.
unified,
yeah,
I need to be trusted
a
in the winter
unified
game.
locker room.
I need to be trusted in the winter games, quite frankly. Yes.
right,
And
exactly.
this
And
and this
and,
goes
and
back.
I'm gonna
Hold
say
on, I'll
something
let you go,
else.
Mr. Park. But this all of this, a
Mhm.
unified locker room. This is all
Okay.
part of what Halfley is bringing into this establishment, right? He came in here in the beginning when he had his original meeting
Mhm.
with these guys, and he let them know we have expectations. We're gonna hold everyone accountable. This is what it is. It's this, and this,
Mhm.
and we're seeing it. Like we're seeing it 4 months later in actions, like in not just
Right.
it's not just talk anymore. We're actually able to point out different situations where it's like, man, he said this and now he did
Yeah.
it, and we're seeing it in action.
Yeah. And guess what, Kat? I predicted in my own way. I said Jason Marshall, he reminds me of Xavier and Howard. I don't know if you got, but to me, he's 6'1", 220. I'm sorry, 6'1", 195, and he is the same thing as he's the same Hansi X. So Jason Marshall right now is leading the room. Just an update and so I knew this, and the only reason why Chris Marshall, Jason Marshall is owning the room is because Storm Duck is hurt. I think Storm Duck has already got the number 2 position. So when people say, "Oh, we need depth at cornerback," Chris Greer did a good job, guys.
How
I
hurt?
have to give him. He did a good job with that.
How hurt is Storm Duck? When does he come back?
I don't know. I don't think he'll
He
be
was
ready
put
for
on
week 1. But Storm Duck ended the season starting 6 games.
Yeah,
Let's
he was
make
put
that
on
clear.
pup, so it's
He was
not
shutting
IR.
people down when we were playing well with viewers. Hmm.
Oh, so you on IR?
No, he's not on
No.
IR.
So
No.
when Storm comes back, he's gonna want his job back.
Oh, oh,
Right? He's gonna hey cat, he's gonna want so we
Well,
have
he
a
better
nippy
hope
bitey
that
room.
he better hope that that
You don't think
cornerback
Storm's
room's not
not
already
gonna
locked down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he better.
and I'm here in Houston, Marcus
Marcos
Houston.
Wilson,
What's
Marco
the
Wilson.
kid's name? Marcus
Yeah, the guy
Wilson.
from Miami.
He's I'm hearing he's touching everything. So yeah, so he's touching
You
every
know, it's
ball
actually
come his
funny. I
way.
think he's one of the
So
yeah,
Storm Duck, I don't know.
he's one of the names who
now,
got stud down
now, I don't
for
know who.
notes.
Mhm. I don't know who Bill is. I'm hearing the word. I'm hearing it's a player with the last name Bill. I'm starting to hear his name now. Um, I don't know if he's a defensive lineman or it's not. His last name is Bill.
Beal,
like
Robert
BEL,
Beal,
Oh,
Robert Beal
Bradley
BEAL.
Beal.
Jr.
Bradley Beal. Robert Beal Jr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to hear his
Yeah,
name now.
he's
I
another
Say
don't
one of
know
those.
much
Bradley
He's
Beal.
another
about
one of those versatile guys. He's another one of those versatile guys. He comes from
Yeah. And
he's
what did I
6'4",
say, Cat?
250 pounds. He had a 4.48 40 time. Mostly with special teams though. And he's had a few injuries through the years.
Oh,
And what did I say, Cat? Who's the star on number 2 on the number 2 team defense at defensive end? Trey Moore. Trey Moore as coming in 18 sacks from Texas. Nobody thinks about that. Guess what he's doing? 6'2", 6'3" around that area. 240, 250. This dude is getting quarterback in training camp.
mhm.
And I predicted this.
Yeah, no, I think this defense is going to be stout.
Oh, that's what we want. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And just like it's been mentioned many times, they are. I will admit that to me they are ahead of the offense, but that doesn't mean that the offense is doing bad. It's just that the defense, to me, and other people said it too, that they normally are ahead of
Well,
the
I mean,
offense.
there's different ways to look at that too. I kind of broke that
Now,
down a little bit yesterday. So it's like when you're talking about a forced fumble, I mean
right.
that's all defense, right? Because you got to get in there, you got to punch that ball out. But then, like Pete had pointed out, to where it's like
Mm,
maybe the runner's not trying to get hurt, so he's not really holding on to the ball as tight as he typically would. But if you go back and you look at some of the
right.
Right.
interceptions that we've gotten, they're not like just the defense being ahead of the offense. Like, oh, he was able to beat him on the route and he just jumped in front of him.
They're
No, exactly. They're
opportunistic.
opportunistic. They're field awareness interceptions, like the Zane Anderson one where Tutu Atwell tipped it up. Like any other receiver might have missed that catch, not been able to extend his arm out enough and like be able to grab onto that ball and get that in. The field awareness, the intelligence, the smart players that they brought onto this team. Remember, Sully said it. Sully and Halfley at the end of the draft, man, they're like, we drafted a bunch of smart players. And we're seeing that too. If you listen to that Caden Proctor
Right.
interview, bro, you would not think that man is a rookie. Or not the interview, but the last presser, bro. You wouldn't
Right.
think
And
that man was a
you would
rookie,
think that
bro.
someone is right
That man's
behind him.
answers, bro, was so
And
mature
get
and so intelligent, and it was like he already knows what he did wrong, and he knows what he needs to do
Cat.
to fix it.
Cat, who do you
Jeff
think is
Halfley.
pushing him though?
Well,
Who do
he's
you
saying
think
that
he
it's
know
coming
is
from
pushing
other
him? No,
guys.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
he's saying
about
that it's
the
coming
left
from other
tackle.
guys like Patrick Paul and like.
Who do you think it
Well, he
is?
said
Austin
Austin Jackson,
Jackson.
No,
Patrick Paul, and
no.
Aaron
It's the
Brewer.
guys on the number
No,
2
no,
team.
he specifically said.
No, they can't come for his job.
Well,
I think it's a number 2 guy on the number 2
Yeah,
team
because
is
he had
coming for
mentioned something
him.
about that, right? Because that was another thing, competition. These are signs. These are signs, right? So he was asked about how do you feel, like the question.
That might
The
be Meyer
question
coming
was
for
like,
his
how do you
ass.
feel about being drafted in the first round, or something stupid. I couldn't really hear the question, but he was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter about the draft pick. We're past that now. It's like I could have went undrafted. I'm just grateful to be here." But
Yes,
there's
he
guys
said
that
that.
are undrafted trying to steal my job, so I need to focus on that.
And
I think it's Meyer
And that's the
coming for his
mentality
ass.
that Jeff
I think it's
Halfley.
Meyer.
That's a first round
No,
pick.
I mean,
Worried
but it's
about
the
that?
mentality that Jeff Halfley brought in here. Like it's the next man up mentality, and that's gonna breed
it's
competition. It's gonna
It's
breed
competitive.
excellence, because if you don't do the best at your job, someone else will, and we'll give them that opportunity.
Well,
And I
step
think right now the best guard we have, Cat, is Meyer on the second team. And I don't know the others. I forgot.
Oh, that's
I'm
right. We
sorry
did pick
about
up
that.
a rookie.
But
We did pick up a rookie center
he's a
out of
center guard. Yeah.
Iowa
But,
State.
but,
Rookie center.
but he's undrafted, Meyer. So we that's when he said that, I thought, because
Wait,
Yeah.
you're breaking up like crazy.
Is anyone else breaking
oh
up?
sorry.
What's
Sorry
up, young
about that.
3K?
Let me see if
Yo,
I can.
what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Y3K, I like this guy. He's young, but man, I like him.
What's up,
I'm listening,
Mr.
no
Paul?
3K. I'm listening to everyone stroke off the Dolphins, and you know, basically say we're
Joe,
playoff ready.
you have to turn down your phone at work, eh? Everyone just stroking the Dolphins.
Oh my god. Nah, I didn't know you guys were on Discord. I just saw that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's how I like to roll around here. It's free, you know. StreamYard, they want to charge too much money.
It's way easier than StreamYard. Like, StreamYard is difficult to use sometimes.
Although I'm not
Freaks
gonna
you
lie,
out.
I am having difficulties
Actually, like
today
this
because
better.
it's not wanting to play my clips and stuff. Like no audio's wanting to play, so yeah.
Oh, no way.
That's right.
Yeah,
You get it.
another
You
time.
get it right.
Like I s-
How you doing, Mr. Paul? What's up? What's up with you,
No, I'm
man?
doing all right, man.
Doing
I'm
good.
doing all right. Yeah, good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Looking forward to this season.
Yeah, hey, man. I'm excited about it.
Joe Rich said you guys are stroking the Dolphins.
No, we're really
Is this
no,
true? Is it
I mean
true?
I'm up here
Joe got to
I'm
turn
up
his
here
phone
pointing
down.
out some of the things that we're seeing that Jeff Halfley and Sully have talked about, like they were going to do when coming into this organization. I'm just kind of like pointing out the facts, and like
Right.
we can see it now. You know, it's not just talk, and we're seeing actions and things like that. So yeah, I guess we're stroking them off. Sounds good.
Right. A little bit.
I wanted to
seen-
ask you guys about something.
Hey man, hey, when we're leaning on teams in week 18 in the winter, and all we have left is Kakmar and big guys leaning on you. Listen, man, that's all that matters to me, because this is certain. That is already certain. We're gonna depend on that's all. Everybody's gonna be hurt.
Yeah, we're already dealing.
Like,
We're
everybody's gonna
already
be banged
dealing
up.
with injuries.
Guess who's gonna just lean on you?
Like week
Right.
2, not
Who's
for us.
injured?
Not for us.
What are you
Like I
talking?
mean, the rest of the league. Like that's
Oh.
one of the things
Oh,
that's
okay.
helping us right now. That's one of the
Oh, for
things
sure.
that Jeff Halfley brought into this organization that is actually working in our favor.
We were
We're being
conditioned properly. Looks like
we're being conditioned
Yeah.
properly.
more stretches, and the stretches are extra
And that's
long.
going to
Omar
help,
Kelly
right?
said.
That's going to help in more ways than one. Not only is it going to help by these players being able to stay from getting injured, but it's going to help when it comes down to those fourth quarters, when we really need to win these games. These fourth quarters, we're going to be able to go out there and we're going to have more endurance than these other teams. This is where we're going to win our games this year. We're going to win our games in the fourth quarter because we've been preparing for this. Yeah, we're down a touchdown, but how many fourth quarter comebacks did Chicago Bears have last year? And they did it. They did it by wearing out the DBs, wearing out the corners, wearing out the safeties all through the first 3 quarters, just throwing deep bombs. Like you go and look at Caleb Williams' completion percentage, it's not great. But if you see why they did it, you understand why they did it. You know what I mean? He's just sending Roma Doomsday down the sideline for a deep bomb. Whether it gets complete or not, they're wearing down that DBs. They're wearing down the corners. And then fourth quarter comes. We've been preparing for this. We're fresh still. We're going to go.
Well, if Caleb Douglas catches on, the way I would want him to, he's going to be a dangerous receiver.
I heard he was catching touchdowns, but I mean, there's no pad, so.
Right, and what Halfley said inside the interview at what's this thing they go to after the Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl?
Post game.
They have.
No,
they
about
have the
radio hall.
Radio Row. Yeah, thank
Radio
you, Joe.
Row, yeah.
So he sat down and he said, "I'll just give you more packages that you're, and now he's gonna get more packages. I'm sure that."
You said more pack. You said more defensive packages. What?
No, I was saying. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying at the Radio Row, Halfley sat down and said that he would just add more packages as you grow and you show, because obviously we're still young. So I think there's going to be definitely more packages for Caleb Douglas, because he's showing that he can be fed more. That's what Hafley said.
Well,
Yeah.
absolutely, and he could be if he establishes his spot, he could be that one receiver, the X receiver you put out in a heavy formation to threaten the pass if he's reliable
And
like that.
also
Well,
run block.
Yeah, and also run block. Great, good point.
Which he's passionate in.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the Dive Bar
But
podcast.
that's
for
a
the interview.
big if, bro. Big if. We gotta see. 'Cause I
Did
don't know, man.
any of y'all buy the rivalries jersey last year?
Nah, bro. Everybody was hyping that shit up. I'm like,
That's my first time hearing of.
it's cool. It looked good, but I don't know.
Apparently, we're wearing them again for our home game against the Bills on December
Oh,
13th.
fuck, man. Yeah,
I'm looking at the there's a
I'm not
website
mad.
that tracks the uniforms that are worn for all the games as they're like leaked, and so
Oh,
far
really?
you filled in for us. The Bears, when we host the the Bears is the 13th. The Bills game is January 3rd. But when we host
Oh,
the Bears, we're wearing the throwbacks.
nice. I
Yeah.
love the throwbacks. We gotta go back to those. But have you seen the Bills jerseys? Oh my god, those
The
things
new
are
ones that
fucked
they're
up.
gonna I'm
Yeah,
gonna see what game they're wearing that for.
they look like motor oil. The motor oil can. Shit, it's terrible.
I like Pennzoil.
Yeah. Yeah, man, this shit crazy. But y'all seen the interview? Caden Proctor said that he got beat by Zach Sealer. He was getting messed up at the end of practice.
That's good to hear about Taylor.
But it's good because it's competition, though. He's getting acclimated to the best of the best off the bat. So it's not going to be a surprise later in the season.
The rookie is standing up Sealer. I'm more concerned about Sealer than I am about
Exactly
beating the rookie and being
Absolutely.
concerned about Proctor. So it's good to hear that Sealer is doing his thing.
Yep.
I'll go to one of those games, that throwback game against the Bears. I think the Bears are going to be good, and I think they're going to beat us. I might go to that game.
Well, that's in Miami?
Yeah.
Chicago, okay.
December. We'll see if we got some home games in December and January, so we'll see how this team can do late season. We don't have to do too much traveling into cold weather. I think the cold weather games we'll have are like the Packers, and
Yeah, that's gonna be cold as shit.
Yeah,
cold ass game, man.
Or is it New England we play? Yeah, we play New England week 8.
But Joe, I think it's crazy to say this because it's the Miami Dolphins. This team would actually probably be better in the cold weather because they throw less. I think.
I think just the absence of Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle kind of.
Yeah, and Mike McDaniel play calling. No.
Yeah, hitting his vape, pretending to have cold.
Hit the weed pen.
It's the cold air.
Yeah.
No, I think we'll play much better in the cold. Were we just going through some games, talking about games that might possibly be wins for the Dolphins now?
Oh, were you? No, were you not here?
I had to talk to the wife.
I was talking about there's leaks on certain games, what uniforms will be worn, and I was saying we're going to wear throwbacks against the Bears in December, and we're going to wear the rivalry jerseys against Buffalo in January.
At home, right?
Yeah, because I guess what they did is I thought it was going to be like only the teams of that year's rivalry release would be the ones wearing them, but they're going to let teams wear them again, like just any year after they've done it.
Right, because the Bears and the Dolphins
that's
not a rivalry.
Throwback.
Right, yeah. Now it's just
wearing
that you can wear at any point.
Let me ask you guys. C.J. Gardner-Johnson going down, hitting IR, out for the season for Buffalo. Does that change things?
Yeah.
With their defense? I mean, we already kind of don't know what their defense is going to look like.
It does. It does. Yeah. Well, was he replacing Jordan Poyer? Is that the same? Are they free safeties or no?
He's slotted at strong safety, so their
Oh
rookie
no. Okay.
Jalen Kilgore would be next up, and I thought they had cut DeMar Hamlin. I can't remember if he's still
They cut who?
DeMar Hamlin.
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, I think they did because I seen something on this morning about him. So I think they did. If I'm not mistaken, I think they did cut him.
And then also too,
Yeah, I thought I saw in the chat somewhere that like Mark or Michael K had said something like that.
and then
so
also
Damn.
we go to week 2, right? We're playing San Francisco, who's gonna be coming back from Australia, and they got Ricky Pearsall. He's on IR. Their coach is sidelined because he got into a car accident and he's got broken ribs and nose and face, and like they're not their coach. Their coach
Yo,
isn't
that
even
team is
coaching right now.
is
He's just kind of
cursed.
there. It's been their assistant coach that has been coaching the San Francisco 49ers. So who knows what that team's going to look like, right? They're dealing with some issues. And then we have Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk about who got injured today with the Kansas City Chiefs. Xavier Worthy and their rookie Cyrus Allen. Who knows what's going to happen there? I think Cyrus Allen is going to be out for the season, but still no word on Xavier Worthy yet. So, and we're still dealing with Patrick Mahomes coming back from an injury. Kenneth Walker almost got into a fight with Drew Tranquil at practice the other day. So I mean, like,
wow,
things are coming together.
That's just
yeah. You kind of want fights, you know. Yeah, he did.
He got hit late.
It was clean, you know, and like they didn't do nothing into it, but you know, it was clean.
It was clean. I don't know. Yeah, it's debatable. It's on the sideline, so it's right. But I feel you. The Niners have no wide receivers now, bro.
George Kittle isn't clear.
Who do they have to throw the ball
to? They have Christian McCaffrey and Mike
Evans. Exactly.
You know, so it's like,
Jesus Christ, that's senior citizens. Yeah, man.
I mean, I can continue going through.
DeAndre Hopkins announces he is not retiring.
He's going to. He actually just got news that he's going to coach for some college team, like become a wide receiver coach or something. Hold on, I think I might still have it.
Yeah, he should retire.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's offensive.
He should retire. That's a good job.
So I think he's going to coach unless the team gives him an offer.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, every team.
San Francisco might need to be calling him after that Pearsall.
Absolutely, bro.
Well, actually, they did. They signed
Kansas City Chiefs.
They brought Debo back. Actually, I remember seeing that the other day. They brought Debo back. Yeah, so they do have Debo and Mike Evans.
And
Brandon Ayuk. Technically, they still have. Yeah.
Wait, he's back with the Chiefs.
Yeah, he went back to the 49ers.
The Niners
on a 1-year deal. Yeah.
That's a good spot for him.
Okay. So that could potentially change the outcome of week 2 and 3 if we stay. If we stay healthy, because they really don't have no receivers like either of those fucking teams. So could come out to a 3-0 record.
And then injuries aren't the only thing that is messing up other teams, and the off-field drama is messing up other teams. We've seen how many players this offseason dealing with alleged situations. We got Josh Jacobs. Geno Smith was dealing with it. He got cleared of his. You got Terrion Arnold's situation going on right now. We have Tony Romo, even though he's just an announcer, but we got his DUI going on right now. Like, there's all kinds of off-field drama going on right now. But nothing with the Miami Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
And does that also go back to showing how smart
that's a good sign.
These players were? Like Sully, like, can we give him some credit? Like, bringing 13 rookies down here to Miami, and they all have the mindset of we just want to go to work.
Yeah, I don't think any of the guys have egos, you know, because none of them are established really, and they're hungry, good, probably high character, you know, want to work like Malik Willis. So shit.
And then also too, you got to think about
Romo's the coat, by the way. So
What you
said Tony Romo's what?
I'm not
goat.
Tell me, bro.
You seen the women he pulls?
Did you see his mugshot? He
Did you
looked
see him?
fucking
Did you see him doing the
fucked
Dak
up.
Prescott
He
warm up?
looked fucking blasted.
You see
He
that video
looked
of him going
blasted.
around doing like the Dak Prescott warm up for the sobriety
Yeah, I
test?
seen him.
Even though it's not real. That's
Yeah,
fake.
yeah,
That's
for
fake,
the
but it's funny.
DUI. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, man.
Nah. What I was about to say is that with Halfley and Sully, they already knew what they want. See, one thing I'm gonna jump and say and guess and say that they've been monitoring in, all the teams in the NFL, including our Miami Dolphins. They already knew what they wanted to do once we gave them the call and say, hey, want y'all to be the GM and the coach of the Miami Dolphins. So I think they already had an idea what our locker room was like past seasons, and they came in with a different
Yeah.
attitude.
It's
and
like
culture.
it's like a badass kid. You send him to military school and get that shit together. Like when the kids
Yeah.
keep fucking up and you just can't do nothing else. It's like, all right, bro, you gotta go. Go sign up, go enlist. That's literally. It's like shoot. It's like reprogramming, retraining people, and bringing new guys in who don't have that baggage.
Exactly.
I like, yeah, man. So I do agree with a lot of stuff Kat says. Like, I like that they're straight shooters and they're following the regime, the plan that they set out, that they told us they would do. But to see, we gotta wait to see if it wins next 3 years. But
At the end of the day,
sure.
At least we're going in the right
At
direction.
least they're
at
honest.
the end of the day, we know that we're heading in the right way.
What's going to end up happening?
Yeah.
What's going to end up happening with that type of I think San Antonio has this where they have like an academy. The Heat has it. The Heat will always be known as a play.
I think that's because of
It's
Pat
development.
Riley. Yeah, I think Pat
Right.
Riley
So
sets a standard, like
academy.
body fat percentage, cardio, and
Exactly. Did you hear what Chop Robinson
practicing.
said to that? Chop Robinson said the resume that I'm on and the off season protein and whatever he was on, he said that did so much for him. You can tell that Chris Greer and McDaniel, Ireland, they had no idea,
None
bro.
of
They had no idea.
Another one.
Another
Another one.
Just look at how Ireland and the other dude are built. Like they're not athletes; they're nerds that sit
Chop
behind a
looks
desk.
like
So
a
they don't even
monster,
understand
bro.
the first part of like nutrition or conditioning or
So
any of
that
that
means
shit.
it took 3 months, 4 months since Sully,
I mean,
Inkman, and Halfley has been here.
Yeah, bro.
To be honest, though,
And the
that
weight.
shouldn't be like something that you need the coaches to do.
Of course, like Andy
Reid,
Reid.
and
money.
I think Caden Proctor. I think Caden Proctor is probably a good example for that because he was talking about that in his presser. Like he was asked about how do you adapt to the heat here, and his answer was basically like he was like I'm kind of used to the heat because he came from Alabama or whatever, but he was saying that like it's all about what you put in your body, right? Your preparation. He's like drinking a lot of electrolytes and Pedialytes, and he was saying that like he was saying that even if you have to get up earlier in the morning to start hydrating your body, that's what you got to do. He's like it starts the night before, preparing for it. So this is the type of mindset of the players that we brought in here. Like they're not just waking up in the morning, putting their suit on and coming to work.
It's like a regimen.
These guys are preparing 24/7. Like it's what's on their mind. So those are the types of guys that we want here, right? Like they want to win. They're gonna do what they.
Yeah, you get that kind of money, you get a personal chef.
Right.
Yeah,
now
man.
imagine the cornerback.
You don't even.
Joe.
Yeah. No, but we got to think about this also too. Not only did they change the strength and conditioning staff that's been around for a long time, I should add, but let's think about this too. Our facilities is one of the best facilities in the NFL. So when Halfley decided to bring in this the new strength and conditioning staff, that I mean, it fits into the facility being one of the
They're
best in
gonna
the NFL.
maximize that, Paul. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So that's why I'm saying, we're going in the right direction, and it's very promising. And
Hey, I'm glad Kat pointed that out because the health factors, the more stretching, Omar can confirm
Mhm.
that they're stretching so much longer that he's like, what the hell are they stretching longer for? Now we
but you know what, Sharif, I'm gonna
and
tell you
you're
too.
seeing it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know you're finished.
They doing yoga
Oh,
now.
go ahead.
That's what Sharif
Yeah,
said.
pretty much.
Yeah, but you know what? If some of y'all play what they call part one of football, that's when I played part one of football. That's what we had to do in practices and in
Yeah.
the game. We had to stretch out everything before
Mr.
we even
Paul,
start getting.
yeah, go ahead. In Orlando,
Oh, no.
like I don't know where you came up, but Orlando, man, in the summer it's so hot. We would do preseason workouts for basketball team, and like, yeah, I feel what he's saying. You gotta literally be in great condition and play in Florida, in the outside. Just like, like it starts the day before. So you gotta electrolytes. Like if you don't, you'll throw up.
Got
I threw up and passed out multiple times. Like totally
throw up.
passed out.
And
Yeah.
the worst thing, Y3K is called. They
Oh
call it
yeah.
Charlie horse
Oh,
or
cramping.
Oh,
depressing.
when
Man.
your calf cramps up. Oh,
Man,
man, I
that
used to
thing
get
is
that
painful.
after practice. Yeah, man, that
And
shit
believe
fucked up.
believe it or not,
That's like
it's
the
getting
devil.
hotter and hotter every
It
year
is
down here in South Florida. Every summer is getting hotter and hotter.
Shoot, it was 110. Yeah, man. I remember it was like
Man,
110 when we were
I
running.
can
We were running
imagine the
100
sidelines
plus.
of the opposing team, and we're
But
already physically pounding you with a chain, right?
yeah,
We're gipping you up with Ollie Gordon once in a while in his fourth quarter, and
I
you're
heard
on that
Jalen Wright. I
sideline,
heard
and that
Jalen Wright
sun
was
is
been playing good.
beaming
And not
right
only
down
that,
on
not
you,
only
bro,
that,
cat.
we're gonna be sending guys like Jalen Tolbert and Malik Washington deep downfield to wear these corners out. Malik Willis, just throw the ball, just throw it over him.
Yo, you heard what Malik
Yeah.
Washington said? He said, I
Yeah,
can
he
run
said he wants
routes
to be an
too.
all
He said,
around. He
like,
said he wants to
shit,
be an
I'm a
all around
receiver, man. What
receiver.
the fuck? Exactly. Like he's basically dissing Tua. Like we got someone who can throw the ball finally. Like I'm not just a
Yeah.
fucking gadget, which is true. So, but I heard Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright was playing well, and
Yeah,
is
man.
that true? He had some
Well,
touchdowns. I know
anyone
it's
that
no
gets press
pads.
conference, that means they're
tackle
number
him.
one.
But
Right, because he did a press conference, and also, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
something
he's
else.
number one.
They
oh, wow.
see for Jalen Wright to still be on this team, they must see something in him that they like.
Yeah.
No,
Like
A-Chain is
some
shoulders
Sully
healing.
sees
That's why
something.
he's number one. He
Sully
doesn't
sees
want a
something in
damn
Jalen
thing.
Wright that he likes. That's right. He sees that he's going to be he sees that he's going to be
Yeah,
needing
he's
a
the second
contract
man
next
up.
year, and he's like, man, we can use him for a little bit and raise up his trade value.
Shit, we could put him at fullback, and we could run. I don't know. This might be stupid, but what do y'all think? Like 2 halfbacks, and you could like fullback dive or like a
No,
sweep
I've
to the
already
halfback.
been talking. I've
Oh,
already
no.
been talking
Nah,
about
we
that.
need
and-
him hungry. We need him
Is he a
I've
hungry.
good
already
blocker?
been. I don't know about Jalen Wright being a good blocker, but I think Ollie Gordon is a much better blocker. And this is where I was going with that. Is
Oh,
because
Ollie
like
Gordon.
last
Okay,
year,
so-
if you look at how they used Ollie Gordon last year and why he didn't get as great a production as he should have got, is because the only time they ever put him in on the field was when we were using him.
Limited.
You know what I mean? He was never out there unless he was getting the ball. So it was a dead giveaway for
That's
the
true.
defense. Now,
predictable.
so this year, this is one of the things that I'm going to be looking at from Bobby Slowick to make sure that he's using him properly. And like the way that we do that, how do we do that, right? We implement him in as like a fullback, or we have 2 running back sets, or maybe we have Devon A-Chain out as a wide receiver, and you have Ollie Gordon back there.
Yeah.
And then we'll have 2 tight ends as well. So it's like that's.
You can do like
something,
I
I mean? Like
formation.
we have to
with them
implement
offset.
We have to
in the
implement
backfield.
multiple running backs getting touches and being out on the field and not getting touches as well in order
There
for
you
it
go.
to be successful. Because if not, it's just going to be tells for the defense. And that's
I
what I
agree.
like about Bobby Slowick, though.
agree.
Hold
And
on,
think
that's what I like
about this,
about Bobby
guys.
Slowick, because a lot of people still don't realize he spent 4 years coaching defense. He
Defensive
spent
and
4
offensive
years
line.
coaching defense. That's where he
Mhm.
met Jeff Hafley. He worked with Jeff Hafley on the defensive side of the ball in San Francisco. So our offensive coordinator knows how defenses work. He should have an advantage over a lot of other offensive coordinators as far as being able to keep the defense on their toes, because he's going to know what their tells. He's going to know why the linebackers are shifting this way, et cetera, et cetera. So he should be able to stay one step ahead of the defense at all times. Not saying it's going to happen, just saying that it should. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Cat? What do you think about Chris Brooks? We let him go 4 years ago, right? And who do you have? Ollie Gordon. Green Bay Packers are not gonna know how to use Ollie Gordon, and that's who Hafley had. He had Chris Brooks. He's gonna know how to use Ollie Gordon, guy, because he just had
Exactly.
Chris Brooks.
Yeah,
That's
but
right. Joe did.
but
One
Jeff
more
Just
time.
Hafley was a
had
defensive guy,
Chris
so like
Brooks.
offensive guys over in Green Bay, like Jeff Hafley didn't have any say in that. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, he may have been over there, but
But I think he right. But I think he knows, like, hey, Malik and Chris Brooks. He's seen them on the field before, so he's like, okay, what about Ollie? I think Ollie can take Jalen Wright's job, quite frankly, because Jalen Wright is only there because A-Chain's shoulder. That is a fact. Jalen Wright hasn't won anything to get the snaps in the press
so
conferences he's getting.
so
He's
Sharif,
just the
if
next man. I think when Ollie Gordon
And
gets
to be
ready and
fair,
set,
Sharif,
he's
the
gonna take
Pats
that job from Jalen
they
the
Wright.
come on
Pats haven't
tomorrow,
even
they
come
come
on
on
yet. So
tomorrow.
all these like, oh, Jalen Wright gets a touchdown. Exactly. So it's, I
But
don't know.
young 3K,
Jalen Wright.
they're
It's good. It's a good sign because his
but young
vision is
3K,
improved.
this is
I will say that because
this is another
that
one
has
of
to
my
do with vision.
points as to why Jeff
Mhm.
Hafley is that guy that's bringing in that tough physical culture and giving the Miami Dolphins a winning identity. He was asked on Tuesday if there was going to be any kind of tackling during these 11 on 11s, and his answer was
Yeah.
yes, there will be light tackling, and they did that. They were tackling with no pads. It wasn't trying to take your head off tackling, but it was like,
Oh, gotcha.
if you take them down, you take them down. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so he's
Wrap 'em up.
bringing in that
Yeah,
physicality.
wrap
You know,
'em up.
so
No, I got it. Okay,
it's
so
not
it's not
two-hand
two-hand
touch.
touch.
You know, it's
Yeah, okay, I
yes.
got
No,
you.
I had to
Like,
clarify because that's
I
one of my
got you.
bullet points
Makes
as to
makes
what
more
Jeff Hafley
sense.
is doing and how
Yeah.
we can see it in action, and it's not just words anymore. Yes, he told us all this stuff in the beginning, but these are the points and the bullet
Absolutely.
points that it's like, bro, now we're seeing it in action. Let me ask you, Sharif.
It's the little
If
things.
breaking down to our 53-man roster, would you keep 4 running backs, or would you go 3 running backs and grab an extra tight end or wide receiver? And I want everyone on the panel to answer that.
I would keep 3: A-Chain, Ollie Gordon, and Jalen Wright. I think Washington. I'm sorry. What is the other running back's name? His name is Washington.
Yeah, Carlo
And then the other running back, I think it'd be just Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I would put them on the practice squad. Those two.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I think Young 3K out for a walk right now.
Anyone else want to go?
My bad.
Well, can you repeat the question again?
He said, "Do you want to keep 3 running backs or 4?
3 running
Do you want
backs.
4 running backs or 3 running backs and get an extra wide receiver or tight end? What would you rather
I
want?"
don't think our 4th running back brings enough juice to warrant keeping 4, and I don't think we're gonna go with a fullback like we did with Ingold. So I would say 3 and get that extra guy either on the line, the tight end, or the receiver.
Right, yeah, tight end. I was gonna say get another tight end. We got Sims and we got the Dolchich. Is that it?
We got
Sims,
Sims.
Dolchich. Pacmara.
Tasman.
Oh, Kazmara.
Yeah.
Oh,
Say,
so
Who is the fourth
Yeah.
running back?
And then the fourth tight end is the guy
Traore, yeah.
from
Traore?
no, the fourth tight end is
Seydou
it's the
Yeah,
Traore?
Seydou
international guy.
Traore.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I don't know then. Then maybe you
And
do
then
bring on a
you got
fourth
Cole
running back
Turner as
just
well.
for insurance because you know you're gonna run the ball a lot. So you bring on a fourth guy just in case. I don't know.
I don't think
I'm-
Donovan
I'm keeping
Edwards,
fourth.
Carlos Washington Jr., or Anthony Hankerson or DJ Herman are anything
What
to get
about
excited about. So
What about Clyde
I
I'd
Edwards?
say
got you.
maybe you keep one on the practice squad.
But Joe, the one I'll keep.
Oh, I forgot about him. Wait, no, did we
Yeah,
sign
he's
him?
solid.
I think we just worked him out.
No, I would keep.
Yeah,
I would keep
No,
Carlos.
did
Who just walked out?
Clyde Edwards hilarious.
Clyde Edwards.
I would put him on the 53.
Mhm.
I'd be interested.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
Yeah, if that was our fourth, if that was our
Maybe
fourth,
as
yeah,
insurance.
I think I would be like, I would have to at that
Yeah.
point because like I feel like
I mean
We might as well we might as well go
Nah,
to the
it's too
50
early, it's
now,
too
Cat.
early.
Do a quick one.
No. Who y'all say y'all keep for the
if we had
fourth?
Clyde Edwards, no,
Carlos
if we had
Washington?
Clyde Edwards Hilaire,
if Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets signed,
we
So
worked
now
him
he-
out last week,
No,
but
he worked
they
out.
didn't
So-
actually sign him. I didn't see anything further than that.
I was gonna
I'm gonna
ask
say
this.
something. Hold on. Let me say this real quick, Sheree. One thing I did hear about yesterday, and this just briefly, and this doesn't mean anything, but I did hear some good things about Carlos Washington. So to me, I'm just saying this. No, listen. It does. He's not anywhere near the running backs we have right now. I will keep him on the practice squad as our fourth quarter running back on the practice squad,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. I wanted to ask about because we talk so much about Max Lillywell. I forgot the other guy we brought.
On defense.
Yeah, defensive end that we got out of.
Out of the draft.
Let me look at my phone. Oh yeah, I try to look it up.
I think it's Max Llewellyn, Trey Moore. We brought in another guy, 6'6", 260. He's undrafted. Eason,
Rager?
I forgot.
Mason Rager.
what
I forgot the
position?
defensive end, Mason Rager. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
Rager.
trying to get close to the. That's my way of getting close to the closer to the name.
Sounds like this.
Right. So I'm good. Dudes with high IQ. But so I wanted to talk about the goal line. Like, what I think our goal line is stacked. Reason I say that because I think Jordan Phillips is gonna have. And so when you have a guy like Zeke Biggers playing end, you can put either Max Llewellyn or Regan. You're very stacked with Grant, Phillips, Seiler. I think we have Conga. I love Conga. I think he's gonna. By the way, Douglas. I think it's Douglas pushing. Just to go back to Proctor's press conference, I think Douglas is pushing it. But go back to the defensive tackle room. When you talk about goal line guys, how do you feel about your goal line stand? Because now all of a sudden, after watching practice and defenses ahead 3 days, it's 2-1. Offense 1 day 3
was goal line work, right?
But would you?
You're breaking up. You're breaking up, Sharif.
So I think what do you think about your? What do you think about the goal line unit? Obviously, like the goal line unit on defense. Do you have confidence in your goal line?
I think being in a goal line situation, that's hard to say right now. That is definitely a situation where I feel like we have to see that in action because like it's more condensed. Now the field is more condensed. You have all your players on top of each other. Everything happens like a split second faster. So I mean, based on what I've seen so far, I feel like we shouldn't have any problems anywhere when it comes to our defense. So I mean, and then goal line, yeah, I don't know.
I think goal line is going to be opportunistic. I think guys are going to take space, and so they know they won't get this. They're going to sacrifice for the teammate next to them, and I think that's going to mean now you got to get to the so you better get to the running back, and with things of that nature, because if I know that I'm going to get my Liz, I'm going to sacrifice right now for Liz to come around because I know I'm going to get mine.
The way that he's cutting in and out right now, that doesn't
So
sound
I'm
great.
already seeing that.
Breaking up way too much.
I know
man.
it's like putting in all the wrong
Sorry
words.
about
Like
that.
Liz is gonna come around.
All of a sudden, we was talking about Liz.
Yeah, sorry about that, Liz.
All we heard was Liz, man. Damn, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, man, but
Who said it?
it's like I think the goal. I think when these guys were building, they were saying, okay, we got to make sure the goal line unit, since we're working inside out in the whole team philosophy, let's get the goal line unit straight, right? And then once you get those guys straight, you work out. Okay, we can work our way out now. And I think the goal line unit is under.
Yeah. I personally don't think that we're going to be in a lot of those goal line situations. Me personally, I think this defense is going to flip the field in the Miami Dolphins' favor. That's how we're going to win a lot of our games. Like I said, I'm doubling down on it. The Miami Dolphins are going to lead the league in turnovers and points off of turnovers, and that's going to come from flipping the field. That's going to come from flipping the field.
Guys are insane.
I am, bro.
Yep, those guys have already showing the translate. Cat, you're right, because what have we seen translate? We've seen Taffy translate. We've seen Jacob Rodriguez hands on team, right? Taffy is making fun with Ewers. Hey, I'm gonna pick you off, and then Ewers scores a touchdown on, and then he picks him up the neck. These guys are very intelligent.
I looked on my phone. Hopefully, it should end around 6. So.
Said what?
I looked at the weather thing on my phone and it's saying it should end around 6.
Around 6, okay.
The rain.
Mr. Pope,
are you
on mute?
Going on right now, buddy?
Yeah, hold on.
That means the rain probably going to come my way soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta leave right now. Help my mom move. Damn, shit's crazy, man.
Yeah. They get tornadoes.
No, hell no. In Orlando, fuck no.
That's about to change. I just seen something on the Weather Channel that's saying that we're gonna start getting some more weather coming through. Florida. But anyway, the juice just went off here, so because it's a thunderstorm coming through.
So it's mandatory they cut the power off?
No, the power. Here's the thing: when because we one of the lightning capitals of the world, sometimes the power will go out and come back on, or it can go out for hours and then come back on.
Right. So I guess it's kind of a sensor thing.
No, it just gets knocked out. It just gets knocked out, and then
wow,
just
man.
On. Yeah. No, we get it. We get it around here too. Tomorrow, pads come on tomorrow. I'll be down there for it. I'll be down there for it. It's gonna be exciting. Oh man. First day of camp.
That's what's up, man. Make sure wear your device so you can You can get footage.
Get the metal glasses, the meta glasses, and then cover up the.
Cat is gonna be in the newspaper getting
I was
arrested.
down there. No, I was
Nah, they
down
ain't
there
gonna
last
arrest
year
him.
getting
Shit.
video and stuff. I was down there last year.
Exactly. See, Sharif, it's not his first time.
No, I
It's not his
actually.
first
I know. I'm only
He's a-
joking. Him and
he's a
Color
pro.
and Miss Phins supposed to go down.
Fuck copyrights and all that dumb shit. Fuck
Well,
the
I mean,
NFL.
it's not
this is
copyright if I'm
our
making my
team.
own film, right?
Exactly.
But no, I'll get a little bit of film.
I'm not a
but
lawyer.
I'm not gonna.
They're gonna have Agent.
They're gonna have the
Agent Smith is gonna be following.
I'm definitely gonna cycle through the film that I get. Like, I'll probably get a lot of film, but I'm definitely gonna cycle through it and limit what I show on stream, just because like the Dolphins need the element of surprise, right? Like that's really what's gonna help us out this year. It's like that element of surprise.
Yeah, we're gonna need everything.
I can't go out there putting everything out there on the internet. Not that like 100 million people watch me or anything.
Exactly.
You never know. But I will post them on the Discord. So it's the Discord is just our community and it's just us. So I will share everything on the Discord. So that's where you'll get the juicy stuff.
That's what's up. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man.
No problem.
Thanks. Good looking. Trying to see some highlights.
Anything specific,
Yes,
y'all?
sir.
Y'all want me to keep an eye on or look for?
Anything, man. And what
Well,
I mean,
you only got a finite amount of times.
Yeah.
If you, I guess you could
Like,
take some
kinda-
time to focus on
yeah,
trenches and then go from there.
The offense. I'm interested to see how the offense is moving. You know, with all these new pieces. The defense, like you said, there's question marks, but I'm more confident there because we got a decent D-line, decent linebacking core, pretty good linebacking core. So, but I want to see how the offense is running. I want to see, is Caleb Douglas catching the ball, you know?
If I'm a journalist, right,
Is Malik
I'm not
Washington
really worried
catching
about
the
the offensive plays that are made downfield because I'm going to see that. I'm going to know that those things. What I would like to see, how guys are blocking. Are they running through the whistle? Is who's pancaking who, right? Those because we're gonna know. You're gonna know the statistics who went who for. I'm not looking down to see the play made. I'm looking to see who caught.
Yeah, the
if
coaching.
That makes
that's
sense.
one of the things that I'm. That's one of the things that I'm looking for. I know. He keeps cutting in and out. Sharif, try backing out and coming back in.
Taking these long ass takes.
We only get half of what he says.
We gotta play.
We only get half the shit. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We gotta kind of infer what he said, but I understand what he said. Shit. So he's basically talking about like D tackles, like displacing guys, not necessarily getting the stats, but just moving dudes.
No,
So
I
that's
was saying
something to look
earlier that the two guys that I'm most interested in watching this preseason and training camp and everything is Dante Trader Jr., but also Jordan Phillips.
Yes.
Happily was at the Packers were looking at him when we drafted him.
Oh, wow.
So I think that he sees a lot in him, and that could yield playing time for him.
Yeah, those are two interesting guys because they have a lot of like upside. I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
Phillips is
I think he played fairly well last year.
Yeah, and Trader, I like what y'all have been telling me about Trader. Like he plays close to the line. But he's versatile. That's good. We need a guy like that in the NFL nowadays. You need a guy like that who could like blitz, DB blitz, or just drop back. So.
And
That's two. Yeah, go ahead.
I meant to say Trader's been working hard this off season also, as far as training his body and everything.
Okay. Yeah, he said he was with Jordan Brooks every day. So that's a good sign, bro. If you're with a guy like Jordan Brooks every day, that's a good sign. Yeah, you're hanging with the right guy.
What if we don't even know we have Jefferson on our team and Caleb Douglas. What if we don't even know that though?
Man,
Like
Sharif, this is
you got a good
man.
defense, you're big in the
Sharif,
trenches, and all of a
did you
sudden you
just
have
take a hit
Jefferson
of
on your
the
team.
Mary Jane while you was on mute? You hit
Listen, from what he's doing,
the
Cat,
joint one time.
he's mossing
Come
everybody.
on, man.
Yeah, but
He's
Jeff,
mossing.
There's no pads though. Like if in the game you're gonna get hit when you try to go up for the moss. That's you go for the ribs. Boom. And you drop that
And who's
bitch.
he
You know, it's a
mossing?
lot harder, bro.
Is he mossing Chris
in a real game.
Johnson?
So
Because then that's the problem.
yeah, I don't know
right?
who's he mossing. Yeah. Hopefully it's one of these third string guys.
no one wants to
It's
get down
fucking-
with the
I
take
know,
on
bro.
Chris
They're gonna-
Johnson. Everyone's too
They're
too
gonna
scared
find
to take
out.
it on.
The film is
The
there.
film
bro.
is there.
No. His
How's he
backpedaling is
playing?
elite, bro. I've seen his backpedaling, Joe. Whew. Like let me tell you whose backpedaling reminds me of Troy Vincent. His steps,
Troy Vincent was
are elite,
played
bro.
for the Dolphins and the Eagles. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was good.
His steps are
He's a
elite.
ball hog.
Right, but
He wasn't fast, but he was.
You know,
It's like he
fast.
runs
He was a
routes
ball
for you.
hog.
might
Yeah.
have to do another episode on it because I
yeah,
don't
I'm
think
gonna
people
have
get
to.
it.
I'm gonna have to go put the film and make a video out and point it out. But Sharif, I don't think you're understanding like really how bad it was. So it's like he's getting beat off of the line. He's getting burnt. The quarterback throws the ball. The wide receiver has to then stop, turn around, and catch the ball. And then Chris Johnson is able to then catch up to the receiver and make the tackle. In the NFL, there's going to be no wide receiver stopping and turning around to catch the ball. They're going to get that ball in stride, and if Chris Johnson gets beat off of the line, that's a touchdown on Chris Johnson. Now, there's ways around this, and this is where Jeff Hafley comes into play. Because if I'm noticing this, if Joe Riss noticed it, Jeff Hafley should be able to notice it, and you play around it. You either coach him out of it or you don't put him in those situations. You know what I'm saying? So those are the types of things that I'm looking for from our coach, Jeff Hafley. And Chris Johnson.
Hey, we need to ask Liz because Liz is up here.
Being
Liz
quiet.
is up here. And she
How
hasn't
you
said
doing
anything.
today, Liz?
Liz, is that Nymeria Star? That's Nymeria.
Well, I don't know if Liz isn't there. To your point, I think maybe they give him safety help, right? If they're putting him on a speedy wide receiver, and that's a major concern that he's just going to let one go for, deep. You make sure he's got safety help.
Something, and that's where Jeff Hafley comes in, right? That's where Sean Duggan comes in. That's where the coaching comes in. So on that, I either have to trust Jeff Hafley to coach him out of it or not put him in that position. You know what I'm saying? If not, we're going to see a lot of big touchdowns getting put on Chris Johnson this year, and it's going to look bad.
I mean, unless we end up playing against Tua
preseason.
somehow, but where he's
I think Liz is back.
Up, Liz.
Hey, I was kind of busy doing something. I'm doing all right. And what was the other thing that you guys were talking about?
I was saying is that Nymeria?
Yeah, that's Nymeria from Game of Thrones. Yes. I love Arya Stark. She's a badass.
Big Game of
I
Thrones
love
fan?
Nymeria because I remember her story. Yeah.
I've never watched
Poor
it.
dog.
Is that a good watch? Game of Thrones?
Yes, it is. It's
yes.
it keeps you on your seat.
Don't watch House of Dragons if you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
So you
'cause
got to
it
go
won't make
back
any
and
sense.
watch. Right.
If I mentioned the shame stairs, would you guys know what I'm talking about?
The shame stairs.
Yep, walking the shame, walk of shame.
Oh, walk of shame. Yeah.
I've been there and I ate dinner at the top of it.
Oh, you.
That's in. I think that's in.
Croatia.
Yes.
Highly recommend.
That's where
It's
Targaryen burned too. That's where
I got a lot of Game of Thrones
Drogon.
stuff.
Drogon
it's in
was
Spain.
there.
It's in Spain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So
know.
yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
Liz, what
Uh,
are you most excited about that so far this preseason about the team? What do you
Uh,
think?
day three of training camp.
okay. So what I'm excited about is the new coaching staff and the fact that we don't have Tua.
Yep, we don't have the extra era or
And we
earn
don't have
run. We
Waddle
don't have the
either.
Well,
earn
I mean,
run,
to
eh?
be fair, if we had Tua, it'd probably be Quinn Ewers starting week 1.
Yep, exactly, and I think a lot of fans are not good yet with that. They're it's like Dolphin fans feel like a quarterback was forced on them because Ewers worked very hard. I just Ewers worked very very hard, and he won that job over Tua. But so
But
yeah,
And it
some
if you
showed
fans
think
the
feel
about
last
it,
snobby.
though,
and it
if you
showed
think
the
about
last
it, though,
three
did he
games.
really win the job over Tua, or did Tua just like really lose the job to anybody? You know what I'm
But
saying?
McDaniel said he gives us the
Yeah,
best chance to win. That's what McDaniel said. So I
because
think
Tua
he
did give
won
us
it.
the best chance to win, and there was no other
Shot the
options.
bed. Yeah, he
I
shot the
mean,
bed
like
so
if
hard. Yeah,
Zach
yeah.
Wilson wasn't an option. I mean, I guess we had Zach Wilson, and he could have been an option. But
No,
yeah, Quinn Ewers beat Zach Wilson out in training camp. So I mean, I guess.
I can see why. I mean, if you look at Quinn Ewers in the last three games, each game he gotten he gotten better. The thing I like about mostly about Quinn Ewers is his calmness and what have you in the game
mm,
the last three games he played with our team, the calmness
yep.
and the pocket and everything.
I like that out and up that he tricked the safety. Man, that was a sweet out and up touchdown. That plays like that. That's one play. Peyton Manning does things like that, and then and
And
then
he had
then they win a game by 10, and then you win a game because Hughes did one thing. He joked the safety, and those one plays. You need your quarterback to make those
All right,
plays.
so
You know, but then once
and he
again,
has
if Tua makes that play, even though he dupes the safety with his eyes, he doesn't have the arm talent to then get it there. That's why I'm glad Tua's gone.
and plus he got good connections with Theo Wees. We may not think too much of Theo Wees, but Quinn Hughes has good connection with.
Damn, Theo Weiss got an opportunity in game week 1, week 2, and week 3 preseason to ball out. He has the opportunity.
you guys,
Trust me. And guys like the kid from Jacksonville we brought in. Um, I think the other
do you
Ridley.
guys think Tua's gonna play? Do you guys think
Who
Tua's
else?
gonna play against us
Who
on
else?
preseason? I
Didn't
mean,
they
yeah,
say
but
he
it was
was
just a
hurt?
back flare up.
Here,
On if he does.
Oh,
I,
so he's like doubtful
Yeah,
for practice or something.
he was just complaining because he doesn't stay in he doesn't stay in shape in the off season, right? He doesn't stay in shape in the off season.
He opens that door. Cat, whether he does it or not, just because that he then opens that door, and now we have a segment of fan base and another segment of fan, and then we're now talking and not about Dolphins wins. We're talking about if a guy,
Oh,
yeah, and I'm
what if
glad
it's
that's out the
Ewers
building,
versus
bro.
Tua? What if it's Ewers versus Tua in that preseason game?
mm, I actually would like to see that.
That
Oh
would be
man, I'm
fun.
so
I would
happy.
like to watch that.
Whoever,
Oh,
What do you guys think of the Waddle trade now that the draft is done?
that was for
Where
Chris Johnson. I think
it was yeah, Waddle and Cage Casey, the backup guard for the Broncos now, is who they drafted with that what we sent them, and we drafted Chris Johnson and Chris Bell and the Trey Moore. So you've got
right.
Waddle and this guard they got at 111, or I think he was a tackle, but they're probably putting him at guard. And then
I'll
you got
answer
those
this
3 guys
first.
we
I'll
took.
go ahead and I'll knock this one out because I was already on the boat that we were trading Waddle. We talked about it literally the night before he got traded. Gave you guys many reasons why he's not the type of guy that they wanted to bring here. He was a cancer. He was going to continue to be a cancer, not only in the locker room, but on the football field. How many times do we see him drop passes, give up on plays? The fact that they went out and got a #1 pick, that was a win in my book, even if it was just Chris Johnson for for Jalen Waddle. Even though now Jalen Waddle's going over to Denver and doing one-handed catches. He ain't never do anything like that with us. So, and he probably was never going to. And maybe it was Tua.
How come Denver didn't see that though? Like, why would Denver be willing to give that up for Waddle?
Joe, because he's good, Joe. Don't believe
he
this
wasn't
propaganda
good, though.
that Tua made him look. He's good, man.
Listen. Let's
he
be
can
clear,
take a slant to the house.
But how many times did we watch him? How many times did we watch him give up on the end of plays? How many times did we watch him drop a pass, drop a contested catch?
Okay, that is a fact.
I'm not gonna say give up on
plays.
plays. I say he dropped some passes, but I mean.
But see, I think this is what a lot of us are not seeing, Joe.
I don't know. I don't think he gave up.
Young 3K, I think this is what a lot of us not seeing. Tyreek Hill is what they call a force multiplier. Xavier Howard in his prime is what they call a force multiplier. Now you have to go to the other side of the
was
field.
good without.
He was only good when Tyreek was there.
No, because of Tyreek, it gave.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Because of the right, so this is force multiplying. Because
so
of
breaking
me,
the rookie
you get to
reception
eat.
record, he's not good. He can't be good. He broke the record. It must be
That's
terrible.
because Fitzpatrick did what he's supposed to do. Give it to the guy who. Fitzpatrick did what he's supposed to do. He broke. So
listen, I agree with y'all. I think getting rid of Waddle was absolutely necessary. I absolutely agree, but I don't think it's because he gave up. I just think he does. You know, we're going in a different direction, and he wants to win now.
Does he get the max
top 10 receiver contract?
No, he doesn't get. He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve that.
Max. Because he's not the top 10 max receiver.
You'll see in Denver that. Yeah, you'll see. You're talking a lot right now, but you'll see. Trust me. Look, he already make one-hand catches. You see what happens when you give a guy adequate quarterback.
And that may have been.
I don't know.
I just think he needs Tyreek. He's gonna need Tyreek wherever he goes.
That may have been all it was, young 3K.
About that.
Sounds good.
When he was here with us.
No, listen.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
No, you gotta remember the first season that we had Tyreek. I mean, we had Waddle. There was no Tyreek. And he balled out that first season.
It's not like he was.
We had Fitzmagic. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, man! A journeyman.
It's not just Fitzmagic.
Come on.
It's not just Fitzmagic. I mean, he was just that good. He was good. He was a good wide receiver.
Yeah, he was okay. But to me, I wanted Panay well. Everybody knew that. I wanted.
Oh yeah, well that's.
I can understand that. I can understand that part. But I'm just saying it doesn't take away that Waddle. To me, Waddle was a good wide receiver, but it's just that as time went on, when we brought Tyreek on, then that's when you start seeing the change in Waddle. This is where I started seeing the change in Waddle, and it's like he started getting to where he didn't care.
He stopped.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
he had the same kind of skill set. He didn't really improve.
Bro, I made a post. I made a post of a wolf puppy eating the hell out of the cup of dog food. And that was my post on Twitter. I said, the day that they leave Panay Sewell at number 6, Joe, I said, the day they leave Panay Sewell at number 6 and he's there, I'm running to the podium. And then I post a little wolf puppy eating the hell out of some dog food out of a bowl. Like, and would you believe the Dolphins went ahead and traded that pick to number 12, come back up to get Waddle? And they let Panay. They were looking right at him.
I know. I got you. I was of the opinion too.
But yeah, it's a good trade for both parties. I think we got the picks we need for the future, and they got a surefire wide receiver who's a
Well,
solid guy who's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
better
I
than
mean,
anyone on that
like,
roster.
Yep,
if
because
you
I'm
think
gonna tell you
about
the
it,
truth. The
if
way
you
Waddle looked the last seasons that we had him, when we got a first round pick for him, I'm not gonna lie, that shocked me because I was thinking maybe the second and third.
Well,
Where he
Mr.
looked,
Park, you got to think like a first-round draft pick is not always guaranteed to succeed, but you got a guy who's guaranteed gonna give you production, at
yeah,
least
and
1,000 yards. And when you're on Denver Broncos with that defense, you don't need a lot of yards. You just need 1,000 from this guy, 1,000 from that guy.
yeah, I'm
And
glad you said that. That brings me to my follow-up question on it, which is, if we hadn't done that trade, right, we would Waddle on this team, and we would have 11 pick, which could have ended up being, since we didn't do the Chris Johnson move, it could have ended up being Devin Moore or Malik Muhammad or one of those corners that was still there. We probably would have gone corner. And would you feel better about that with Malik coming into this offense and Waddle there as receiver one with then say Caleb Douglas or
oh yeah, I would definitely feel better if I was
Trubisky
Malik. Like if I'm thinking like I'm Malik,
or Tolbert or
yeah, fuck
He even said,
fuck
"Man,
that,
I would
Joe.
have loved Waddle, but that's
Joe,
that's out of my pay grade."
change is painful. You know that. It's uncomfortable. Sometimes it's scary. Like looking out there, you don't got a number one. You got
I
a
don't
bunch of
think
nobodies.
with
But-
what we took with those picks, though, we
Yeah.
have Chris Johnson, who we were
Chris
just
Johnson.
questioning.
Y'all are shitting on him.
Pat and I definitely have question marks on him. You've got Chris Bell, who's coming out injured,
Yeah.
and he's still
Trey
a question
Moore.
We don't know.
the guy or not. And then you've got Trey Moore, who's probably going to be pretty deep on the depth chart. I don't see him getting a lot of play time this year. So
Yeah.
I would say, in
Joe,
hindsight,
He's on number. He's a number
I think
two.
it's the
Joe.
money too, Joe.
I'd rather
It's like
have
the
Waddle
money.
and Devin Moore than what we ended up taking for
Well,
that.
okay.
Unless Chris
Okay.
Bell comes out and crushes it. If
But
Chris Bell comes out and crushes it, it's a good trade. If he doesn't,
Okay.
I don't think it was a good trade.
You'd rather have
I
Devin
agree.
Moore.
But yeah,
You know
Joe,
what?
also the money too. You gotta think like we're
Keontae Scott
in
was
the
there too.
shitter.
We could have had Keontae Scott. Keontae Scott,
Uh-huh.
Devin Moore, Malik Muhammad. They were good corners there. I think we could have been patient at corner.
Only time will tell.
And
Yeah.
then
Might be
also
right.
too, when I look at the present situation and what Water, as far as Water being on our team at the present situation, to me it would be a good situation. But and I'm gonna say this: if we did keep Water and bringing in Sully and Hap, I think they would have sat down with Water and said, "Listen, you got a lot of talent and what have you, and we need you on this team, but you can't be like Tyreek with the drama off field
It
and
was
all
too
that.
late.
You gotta
Yeah.
no, but
I
what I'm
think it was
saying,
too
I
late.
understand that. But what I'm saying is that if he was willing to change and say, you know what, I see something with Malik or I see something with Ills, let me come in and give him my let me come in and play differently, then man, he would be a dangerous weapon on this team right now.
Guess
I'm
who's
just
still a
saying
free agent too, guys? Christian Wilkins is still a free agent. Don't you think they don't? Why
Christian
don't
Wilkins,
you
the
think
D tackle?
Yep, he's
Nah,
still a
man.
free
He was
agent,
doing
guys.
kissy boosts in the locker in the shower, man. No, fuck.
But the thing is,
I'd
right?
never be
All of
no.
what's why doesn't Sullivan
Weirdo.
want to touch him with a 10-feet pole?
Sure, because
Because
he's a straight man. Because he's not into men. The fuck, he's a normal guy. Sure, would you be comfortable with that? Like knowing your teammate doing kissy booth in the
part of building the culture
shower?
and the identity in this locker room.
Listen, man, all I know is
fit.
salt and pepper. Have you ever heard of salt and
grabbing
pepper?
balls and shit. Come on, man.
Oh, have you ever heard of salt and pepper?
No, I'm scared to hear what that is.
Okay, so we need salt and pepper back, Joe. That's all, and that's why. Yeah, Joe knows what it is. We need that back. That's all I care
I know
about.
what you're talking about.
Oh, salt and pepper.
you're
talking about Sealer and man.
Yeah, that's all I'm worried about.
Bruh.
I don't care about all the
think
field
Sealer,
stuff,
I
man.
don't think Sealer with that fruit shit, bro. Either. I'm gonna be honest.
So,
Steelers seems
Joe,
like
what
a
do you
straight up
think
guy.
about bringing Salt and Pepper back?
I didn't know he was still available.
He's still available, man. Why isn't Sully calling him?
No team.
No, they're not
No,
touching it because they don't want to do.
I
See, you
don't
got
even see him on the free agent.
let's not forget now with Sully and Happy, they don't want no kind of drama from the last regime. They don't want
Fella
that.
trying to touch your nuts.
They don't
Man, you
have-
trying to
they don't
touch
want
my
that-
nuts, man.
They don't want
Tried
those kind
to.
of
He
characters
straight
on
up
the team.
groping people, bro. Sexual assaulting people. Like, what the fuck? I see it
Listen,
on
man,
camera.
we don't need another Dallas Thomas, man. No, man.
Yeah,
we don't need
want that.
another situation, man.
They don't want that in the locker room because all they're gonna do
Exactly.
is go get what they
Mr. Paul,
create.
that reminds me of like Charles Haley. You ever heard the stories about
Joe,
Charles Haley?
Are you gonna have to
That
spank somebody's
motherfucker
hand,
was
man?
fucking crazy.
What is he listed at? What is Christian Wilkins listed as position wise? I don't even see him on the free agent.
You know,
list.
he was a defensive tackle.
Yeah,
He's not
He
even
was a
listed on
defensive
Spot
In
Track.
fact,
You gotta be
when
spanking dude's hand away in the locker room, man.
we drafted him, I'm
Not the
not
culture
gonna
we're
lie.
trying to build.
You gotta keep your balls tight, you know, shit, everything in order. Gotta make
Because
sure.
I think we drafted him round that was we drafted him was. I forgot what round that was. But anyway, when we brought him in, he, you know, his first year, he was
a hell of a player.
But he developed. After each season, he started developing. Then when we brought in Zach Sealer, my goodness,
perfect.
Those two, man,
Yeah, they were
two
perfect
really,
together, man.
Yes,
because they
yes.
complement each other's weaknesses. Like Wilkins is
Listen,
perfect
man,
at
that'll be
pass
the
rush.
finishing piece right there to
All right,
be
guys,
right now.
I gotta cut in here.
I could
gotta
care
cut
less
in
about
here
the
'cause
off
I
the
gotta
field.
cut out. You guys are more than welcome to stick around in the Discord channel and chat it up. You guys don't have to leave this channel. It's free to use whenever you guys want to get on here and just chat it up. But I'm just letting you know that I'm cutting out of here and I'm gonna cut the YouTube feed out. But I do want y'all to do me a favor. Afterwards, come back onto the video, and if you could leave a comment for what you think, what your favorite thing that Jeff Hafley has brought to this team. Like, if you can go into the comments and just comment something like, what is the favorite thing that Jeff Hafley did that you liked, or whatever like that. But I appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out with me. Like I said, y'all are more than welcome to stay and chit chat in the channel. No worries. But I gotta dip out.
Appreciate it, Cat. We gotta do this another time.
All right, appreciate it, man. Everyone.
Take care, y'all.
All right, man.